Good morning. Now there's another trick in Excel. This is a table or yes, a spreadsheet or we can call it a worksheet of the some data that is the latest GDP per capita for different countries. And suppose you want to manipulate some of them, like select a row and suppose that your boss don't want to put it here, but put it the other, then you can select it mm, and then move the other side and okay. You can do whatever you want, okay? That's normal. But how about you have hundreds of such table? Can you do everything manually? It's very difficult. Then you need to think of some automation. Or for example, you want to select the column. Okay, select the column. Yeah, because I use AutoHotkey, I have to think about it. I just newly made it. I have to remember the keystroke, but in the long term, I can do it very fast. Okay. Yeah, I can select it, and then you can set to different color. For example, in red. Yeah, theoretically, it can do everything manually, but it's still not a good idea to do so, and that's better to do automation. You have a lot of such kind of tables for operation. Okay, VBA. Now we have can insert a code, or we can use immediate paint to do some immediate operation. For example, that want to select a row, then or select a column. My way to define the name of the range first. Select the whole region and then Control F3 and give a name them. The name I may call this GD country GDP. Okay. Then I got the name and go back to the VBA. Then I can select range country GDP. For example, second columns. Okay. Then I select that column, and then I can, for example, I can change the font color to VB red. Okay, and I can change the size equal to maybe 14. Then I can have a bigger font. Okay. Go back to it, and color. No, can I just no black color? Anyway, for the time being, forget it. For the code, you can find the instruction of the color and so on. Anyway, so you can do something like this by VBA, and you can select also row, for example, rows, second row. And then you can do manipulation by the row. Okay, you can set bold type. That is set bold type for that. Okay. That is one way, but one drawback of this method is that you have to remember in your code, you have to remember column 2 stands for what. It's not a very good readability for if you have a lot of codes and to read it back maybe a few months or even years later, it will be hard to find out. You remember what meant by the second column, and you have to add some comment about the code for what the meaning. So there's a new way to do it. Yeah, I copy this one and go to the next. Okay, that's way. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't copy to that one. Forget it. I can select the whole range, and then you insert a table. You have headers here, and it become a table. And the benefit table that the name will be given automatically, and I call table 1. And the benefits of this method that we can use the range name 1, and I don't call it column 2 anymore. But rather have a more readable way to present it. Just a bracket, country, and select. Then you see it select the column with the name in it. So it's much better in the readability, isn't it? And we can select rank rather than column 1. Okay, and in the same token, the kind of GDP per capita. Okay, so in such way, you have a much better in readability and in your code. So maybe a few months, a few years later, if you read back, you know very well what the meaning of this line of the code. For example, range this one is set the font color equal to VB red as well. To get red, okay, and I can set the font size 16. It will much bigger font now. Whatever you want to play with it. Of course, using code to manipulate, as I mentioned, is really doing too much for a simple job, just like manipulating one table. But suppose in your job you have hundreds of such kind of table for manipulation. It's no way to do it manually, and you have to use VBA or AutoHotkey. Okay, so okay, that is for the end of this trick, and hope to share with you some other tricks in the future. Thank you.